Hey guys, welcome back. So last video I was talking about all remove method of the linked list. So basically you have seen that when I was showing the coding part in the remove method, basically what happens, your data will get removed from the linked list, which I have shown you, right? You were seeing that here when I did remove first occurrence of, this data was getting removed. When I did remove last occurrence of, data was getting removed. When I did remove if, data got removed. When I did remove all, data got removed, right? So this guy basically will remove the object from the linked list. So what happens, you have other method where you'll get the data but your data will not get removed from the linked list. So let me show you those methods, and which you have only in linked list. So I have designed one class, fresh class, and I will copy this main, control space for enter. Okay, so this is your list, right? Now come back to the notes which I have prepared. Look at the first one, offer. See, uh, the few methods which is helpful to pull the data and add the data to the list, which is specific to linked list. Offer method, if you look at here, this offer method, what it will do, adds the specified element as a tail, last element of the list, right? So here basically you are going to add the element to the last of the list. Okay, so let's say this offer method, how it works is, when I just say linked list dot offer, okay, so when I will do offer, and when I will do 30 in a string, because this will take only a string, this guy will go and it will add the data to the last. See here, 30 is getting added in the last of the list, right? This is the offer method. So offer method will basically add e is nothing but the type of object which you are adding it. So here e will be a string, because in angle bracket you have a string, right? Now look at the other things. What is the return type? When you successfully added, you will get boolean, right? Then there is a method called offer first. So offer first inserts the specified element to the front of the list, right? This offer first will insert your data to the front of the list, and again this will take object type, return type is again boolean, right? So this is the offer first method. So same thing you can try here. You can write here dot offer first, right? And here you can write first, or you can just write the same string so that we can understand very well. So this guy will actually add at the first of the list, offer first, right? Similarly, what we have is other method called offer last. So look at here, this will basically add the specified list, sorry, at the end of the list. This is the offer last. Okay, so and return type is the boolean, right? Now right click, run as Java application. See offer last, it is adding at the end, right? This all method I got it from Java documentations, guys. So you can go and you can read this document, and this is very nice. All Java documentations are very well very nice. So you can go and you can read the methods. I copied the methods definitions from here, and I'm just explaining you the same method, right? So that you will come to know. And always whenever you are working on the Java, you are reading the Java, go and read the Java documentations which they have given us. Okay, now go for pick method. So this pick method, it will retrieve but does not remove. See, when you do remove, basically what it will do, it will remove the data, right? When you just don't want to remove, right, you can just call this method pick method. Okay, so the pick method will always give you the head of the list. So when I have to call pick method here, if I will write in the print statement dot pick, this pick, right? So this will give you the head of the list. See, offer first, this will give you the head of the list. Similarly, you have pick first. So the pick first also, if you look at the definition, retrieve but does not remove the first element of the list, or return null if list is empty. Okay, here return null. See, there's a difference here. If data is not present, this will give you the null. Okay, so I will go here and I will do one thing. I will show you. I'll do pick first. I will call this method pick first, and I will comment every part which we are adding to the list, and then we will see that what is the outcome for the pick and pick first. So here pick first and pick basically is give you null return type when there is a no data. But what happens when you call here dot get first, okay, or when you call get last, okay, and when you run this, see, look at here, you are getting that no such element exceptions at line number example 5, line number 23, which is this line. So this line is giving you exceptions. Again, comment this, the get last also will give you exceptions. See here, no such element exceptions, no such element, line number 24. So this is giving you the exceptions. Now both are commented. If you go and if you run that, now return type is the null, there is no exceptions. Intentionally I did this. I just wanted to show you the difference between, because you might be wondering, when you already have a get first, get last, what is the point of having the method pick and pick first? These methods will not give you the exceptions, but when you perform get first, get last, or get, those methods will give you the exceptions, right? So that's how we need to understand very well what are the methods. So now if you really want to understand, you go here in the Java documentations and you can read that. So what get will do, see here, return the list of the object. They are doing the return the first element of the object. Whereas when you do pick first, retrieve but does not remove in the first element, or return null if the list is empty. So they have given the entire things. Now you can read this, but let's say if at all, if you find it any difficulty after reading this, and if you really want to understand how this works, the best way is, what you can do, you can uncomment everything, and if you want to know why these two methods, why get first, pick first, just press Ctrl, click on get first method. See, look at the get first method. This guy is throwing the exceptions, no such element exceptions, get first when you write, right? So look at the method signature, this will throw get first, this will throw no such element exceptions if object is not found, right? But if you go to pick first, click on Control, click on pick first, See here, this guy will not throw any exceptions. This will not throw any exceptions. It will give you null if it is not there, right? It will give you null. That is the difference. Now go to 5. In pick method you go. When you go pick method also, look at here. This also will not give you any exceptions. Now why this all method came and all that, pick first and all that? This is because there is a queue implementations, there is other implementations. You can see that queue operations, these are the queue operations. When you when you work with the queue, right? Last in LIFO and FIFO concept. So stack is actually LIFO, last in first out. The queue is FIFO, first in first out. So basically, why you have this methods? You might be wondering like why these all methods came here in the linked list. Because when you write the implementations for the queue and stack, right? So you might be aware of the term called queue and stack. So these two, see, stack is LIFO, last in first out. This is FIFO, first in first out. For that we need to have the method, and these all methods are provided by the linked list, and these are the method whatever you are seeing, that basically this is all stack and queue methods, or offer, pick first and all that, right? So that is the reason we are trying to understand here. Later I will show you how you can write the implementations of stack and how you can write the implementations of queue after this. That is the reason we need to cover this method here, right? You can see that pick first also. Now you have something called pick last. So pick last, how it will work? Same thing. You can go here. Just try to know this method. This method will help you to understand stack and queue. Okay. These methods are not there in the array list. This is not also the part of list interface. This is the part of linked list class. So click on pick class. Control click on this. See here, this guy also will not give you any exceptions. If the data is not there, you will get null. It will not throw any exceptions. The pick last. Now we have 4 more methods we need to understand. One is pull method. So pull will retrieve and remove. So this is the difference here, right? This is pull. So pull basically what it will do, it will retrieve and remove the data from the list. So when you perform pull operations, this is like remove. So it will remove the data. So again the pull also, so when you perform dot pull, right, press on control, click on the pull method. Look at here what this guy will do. This will do, see, unlink first, which means it will remove the data, the first data, right? So this is the pull method which will remove, right? You can see that if this list is empty, the head of the list, or null, if you return null if the list is empty, right? So again this pull method and all, then see the queue operations. You can see that in in the Java development kit they have given queue operations. These are all queue operations: pick, pull, remove, offer, right? These are the DQ operations, like offer first, offer last, pick first, pick last, poll first, poll last, push, pop, right? So these are all DQ operations where you are just trying to remove the data. So right, that's how we need to understand these methods are important for us to understand queue and stack. Now pull method will remove. Okay, so if you want to see that how removal happens, is why I'm saying that this pull will remove. So to show you, and what I will do before that, I'll print linked list, and after that I will print linked list. So let's see that. See, before that when I print, this was my list, then in the print I am calling that linked list dot pull. Here I'm calling that linked list dot pull. So it pulled what? The first object, offer first, and then it removed also. So you can see that now data is not there in the pull, right? But when you have pull first, see, look at this one, retrieve and remove the first element of the list or return null if this is empty, right? So when you call pull 5 times, it will just remove from the head, but when you do pull first, retrieve and remove the first element of the list. Okay, first element of the list, that is the difference. So if you go here and you call pull first, okay, press on control, go to the implementations part, see this pull first, again it will do the same, retrieve and remove the first element of the list, right? I generally don't find the difference in the usage, pull first and pull. So basically pull also, if you go here and if you go for the pull, basically retrieve and remove the head of the list. If the list is empty, it will return null. Okay, unlink first here also. And in case of pull first, see, unlink first, retrieve and remove the first element of the list or return null. If the empty, return the list of return the element of the list if list is empty. This came in 1.6 Java 1.6, whereas your pull method came in 1.5. okay, so I can retrieve the first element of the list. I don't know why these two method. Definitely I might not be aware, even I need to learn this, like why this first, but here you try to understand all these methods. This will help you to understand queue and stack. Now similarly we have pull last. This is nothing, this will pull the last of the element, and again this guy also will retrieve and remove. Important point, retrieve and remove. What does mean by that? So when you do pull first and when you print, actually this guy will remove. See here, it was offer last, and when you did pull first here, right, when you do pull first, A got removed. This is the output, this is the output. Similarly if you copy this two line and if you do pull last, see this name itself are self-explanatory. Just the thing is, you need to know which one will remove the data, which one will not remove the data, right? So pull last, see, this remove the last object. So it printed the last because the pull last will return the object what is getting removed, this pull last, and then it printed that like this is getting removed, and after that this is the list, like your this offer list, this last got removed and this is the list of data, right? Then we have something called pop and push. Very important point, pop and push. So pop means pop the element from the stack represented by the list, and push means it will add the data to the stack. So how this works is, pop and push method, basically when you perform on this list, when you perform dot pop, sorry, it's pop, okay, when you click on control, click on the pop implementations, you can see that it will remove the first. Okay, now click on control, click on remove first, see that it will throw no such element exceptions. Let's say when you are trying to pop the data, when data is not present, it will throw no such element exceptions, it will give you the exceptions, right? So here since we have the data, it will not give me the exceptions. So after that, print that you are popping it and you are printing it. So look at here, the pop will remove the it's like pop, right? LIFO concept, last in first out, right? So pop basically it's a B C D. So sorry, this is the first in first out, right? So B was first in and this is going to be out. So this is pop. So it will go inside that. What it will do, it will remove the first, right? So pops the element from the stack represented by the list, remove and return the first element of the list. Okay, first element. So first it came, first is coming out when you are performing pop. Okay, and this method equivalent to remove first. This method is equivalent to remove first. You can see it here. The return type is this. Only the thing is, when you perform pop, you will get no such element exceptions, but remove first will not give you the exceptions, it will give you null, but this guy will throw the exceptions, no such element exceptions. That's the difference. Now go to the PDF. There is a method called push method. So push method name itself shows that you need to push the data to the linked list. So what we can do is we can perform dot push method, and I can push one data called 7000 and I can print the list. Okay, so when you go to the push method, when you click control and click on push method, so look at here, this will always this will always add at the beginning, right? This will always add at the beginning, it will never add to the end. Okay, this will always add at the beginning. So when you go to method 5 and when you do run as Java applications, so you can see that your 7000 is getting added at the beginning of the list. So that's how push will work. Push will add the data to the beginning of the list, right? So this guy will add the data to the beginning of the list, and with this we are done with the method which is useful when you will work with stack and queue. These methods will help you to achieve the stack and queue implementations. Like till now you have heard of LIFO, FIFO, right? How we achieve that? We achieve that by using these methods, which is the method implementations are provided in the linked list class. Okay, linked list, these methods, please remember these methods. These methods are useful when you want to implement a stack and queue, anyways, which I will show you, but here I am trying to tell you, right? Like this will help you, right? So with this I'll close the video. Next video we'll see that some more concepts.